Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me today. Welcome to the community. This is a community for us as women to come together with advice, resources, everything that we can have to offer, to share amongst us as women. This video is just a simple and straight to the point list of things you need when you are having a baby. I know, it's endless, it's just never ending. There's that, there's this, there's that. Yeah, it can be a lot to handle. This is a time of financial strain as well. So we want to be using our pennies and our pounds for the things that actually matter, not just things that we're probably not going to need and they're probably going to collect us. This is just a simple, straight to the point list that you need to save you your money now that this is here. Here we go. You need a car seat, and if you've got a 2-in-1, you might get the pram and the car seat and it comes together and you just clip it in. That's what I have. Practical. You need a car seat because once the baby leaves the hospital, you need to take the baby from the hospital back home. And how else are you going to do it? You can't carry them in your lap, so you're going to need a car seat. You're going to need milk. If you're not planning to breastfeed, you're going to need milk formula. You're going to need loads and loads and loads of milk formula. And the more the baby grows, the more you're going to need, and more frequently you're going to need it. If you are breastfeeding or you plan to breastfeed, here's a newsflash. Sometimes when you want things and you plan for things to happen, they don't always happen. So you need to prepare just in case. So think about what milk formula you would prefer if you had to resort to formula feeding. Get maybe 1 or 2. And if maybe baby's not latching or it's too tender on my breast or whatever the case may be, then at least you've got the milk formula there, you've got 2 ready, and if that's the one that she likes and she takes to or he takes to, then you can use that. But be prepared, just have the milk formula there anyways, whichever you prefer. Nappies. You're going to need loads of nappies. Now, one thing I can say about nappies is get obviously the newborn nappy size. You don't need to fork out a lot of money on Pampers, because they're expensive. So if you don't want to be forking out so much money on Pampers, there are cheaper alternatives such as Aldi brand nappies, Asda brand nappies, Tesco brand nappies. The list's endless. I personally use the Aldi brand nappies. I think they're quite good quality. They don't soak through very easy. They hold everything in. They're very, very, very cheap. And so, especially in the day when you are awake and you're changing your baby quite frequently and it's not a hassle to change them, I would use like the cheap version. And then at night when you think you probably need something a bit more secure, you're not getting up as much or as often, then maybe use the Pampers. You're going to need wipes, of course. Some babies might react to different wipes. Some babies might prefer non-fragrance, so it might irritate their skin. But you're going to need loads and loads and loads of wipes. Get wipes that don't have perfume, aren't fragrance, that are biologically tested, and they're medically approved, all that stuff. They're just plain water wipes. That way you're just playing it safe. Hey, they can't be allergic to water. Next, you're going to need a handful of clothes, 0 to 3, from birth to 3 months. I say a handful of clothes because I know it is so easy when you're going through Primark, when you're going through Zara, when you're going through wherever, Next or whatever, and see loads of clothes, 0 to 3, that your baby would look so adorable in. But guess what? You're not going to probably use most of them. You know why? They're going to outgrow it so quickly that you're not even going to get the chance to see them in that little cute outfit. So I would say, you don't have to, but I would prefer to get a handful of clothes and then put them in the washing machine, because guess what? They're only going to be using it for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I can guarantee. And then they're going to be growing. They're going to be growing so fast. It's unbelievable. One thing to be aware of is obviously you have your due date, but of course, sometimes life does the unexpected. Life be lifing, and God has different plans than what you had planned for yourself, okay? If God says the baby is coming, the baby will come. So I would be on the offense rather than defense when it comes to baby. One item for an emergency use that is for premature babies, like say if the baby comes early, because if you get 0 to 3 for every single thing and the baby does come early, you'll have a similar situation like me where you literally have nothing that fits the baby because it's so small. But all of this stuff and not one of these things fit. So get at least one item that's for emergency use only. So don't overspend, just like one item, cheap item like £2 or whatever it is. Just for the baby, just in case emergency. And in that way, at least if the baby does come early, you still have it in your hospital bag, ready for the baby, and it should fit. Next, one of the most important things that you'll probably need, bottles. So I would strongly recommend the mom bottles, okay? The reason being, my baby came early, and because my baby came early, she was really struggling to feed. She was only doing about 5 milliliters through her mouth. And so the bottles that I chose and I bought were just so important. So much so that it's better to be prepared than not prepared. And I would strongly recommend getting the mom bottles. And here is why. They're amazing because they are just so adjustable, so flexible. Every single bit of the bottle can just change and transform. It's even got measurements for the lid. It has measurements on the lid, like I said before. It breaks down into 6 different components, which makes it easier to wash the bottles in a really hygienic way. Because before baby had arrived and she was premature, I had loads and loads of these bad boys, Tommy Tippy bottles. And what I didn't realize is that with these bottles, the feeding nozzle is very hard on the Tommy Tippy. Yeah, it's quite hard. I've got the number 1 set, it's from birth, but because my baby had come early, she was already struggling to feed, let alone to clamp down hard on the bottles. Whereas with the mom bottles, even though she was premature, they are soft enough that they're soft enough that even premature babies are able to squeeze out milk from them without it being difficult, without it being extremely hard. Oh, and the best is yet to come. They're not only premature baby feeding proof, they're also self-sterilizing. If you buy the mom bottles, guess what? You don't have to fork out on a sterilizing machine. You need to save every bit, every pound, every penny, every pence that you can. So why not just get bottles that are self-sterilizing? All you need to do is wash the bottle, put the bottle together, you get the tea and you put it inside, you put a little bit of water in so that when you're heating the bottle, obviously the steam, it sterilizes the feeding nozzle. Pop it in the microwave for about, I always put about 3 minutes just because I like it extra clean. And then it will sterilize itself. You do not need to fork out extra money on a sterilizing machine. Like, I don't know what else I need to tell you for you to understand that mom is just the way to go. But that is it for my baby essentials for what you need as a new mom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, then please like it. Comment any suggestions of other products that I have missed out on my list or anything that I missed out to say. Subscribe, join the community. By the way, Mama, you're doing a great job. I'll see you next time.